All right, welcome once again to the Endless Honeymoon Podcast Secret Dump. I don't know what number it is, but we're back, and we're gonna have an episode.
We're gonna have an episode. Thanks for all the feedback.
What feedback?
Just on my Instagram, I'm just kind of like, I just feel like a lot of people out there are letting me know that they usually agree with me on the podcast, and I just think it's like, makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing.
By what?
Living my life how I want it.
You should definitely do that.
Like, it's nice to complain about things and then have people like, come into your feed and be like, yeah, you're right.
What specifically are you talking about?
Oh, it's just a general feeling.
Okay. Well, getting down to specifics in terms of feedback, once in a while, our lovely producer will bring us some of your feedback, some emails that you write in. She gets them all, but just so you know, she does filter out the cruelest ones. So if in case you're writing anything really mean,
we
don't see it. We don't see it. So you're wasting your time.
Oh, but they are Canadian, so it's probably going to be nice.
Yeah, these people are nice. When they get to our laps, they're usually pretty kind. So to everybody out there that's writing hate-filled screeds, just know that we don't even know what they are. So we definitely don't get them, and we definitely don't read them, and we definitely don't talk about them offline. We don't know what you're saying. But here is a letter she's handed to us. We don't know what it says, and let's find out. It starts, "Hi there." It goes like this. Okay, you ready? It goes a little something like this. "Hi there. I have recently caught up with the episodes which have been so uplifting while life, COVID, has been so downlifting, and I am a big fan of yours, so thank you. However," okay, I don't like where this is going, "I got some beef from outside the cis-het normative binary walk of life to chew." Okay,
is that us?
I don't know yet. Hold on. Let me re-examine this sentence. "I got some beef, so I have some conflict from outside of the cis-heteronormative binary walk of life to chew." So I got some beef for you to chew that comes from outside. Okay, I think so. I think we maybe have made a mistake at some point on the podcast. Let's find out. "I'm surprised nobody said anything about Natasha condemning men for wearing leggings." Wait, did you condemn men for wearing leggings?
Well, to be fair, I condemned you, but maybe I did. Yeah, I probably said men. Oh, no. Someone called in. And they said that their boyfriend, life partner, was wearing leggings and during COVID.
No, but that wasn't about, those weren't feminized leggings. Those were athleisure leggings. This is totally different. Okay, well, hold on. Let's hear this person
I don't
out.
mind if women wear leggings.
No, you're doubling down on the problem right now, just so you know. What? I don't mind that women wear leggings. Women are the ones that should wear leggings. Non-women should not. So thank you for your feedback. No, okay, let's hear this person out. See what I am a non-binary and gender fluid person, and a lot of where I got my strength and identity and sense of embodiment came from not listening to what people say someone shouldn't do because of how others see it. Kind of like how Moshe wanted it to be understood he's fly and people who follow trends are basic. Wait, now let me just stop here. It sounds to me like this person is writing in saying, "I agree with Moshe."
I swear I didn't read this before, and I wasn't like setting up that dichotomy.
I know. I'm feeling good about it. I just didn't want a younger person who hasn't figured out their identity to hear someone say they can't wear something that they would probably look fabulous in because of the genitals they were born with. I don't believe, Natasha, as much as I want you to be chastised and humiliated on this podcast, I don't believe that you said that. Oh, maybe you said men shouldn't wear leggings, but okay.
It definitely sounds like something I would say.
Okay, to our writer and to our listeners who are outside of the cis-het normative binary walk of life, I don't think you were saying men shouldn't wear leggings because they're feminine and that's a woman thing. I think you were saying that athleisure leggings look. But you know what? Actually, I'm coming around to this person. I think you're a bigot.
No, but can I just say, I don't care what anybody wears. I'm sure it was just like in the moment, you know, if your husband doesn't look good in leggings, a man doesn't normally wear them, and then they start getting lazy and start wearing leggings and it's not their thing. Like, remember you started wearing Jeremy's sweatpants around the house because Moshe took Jeremy's sweatpants from the woods, the guy we were staying with, and they just didn't look right on him. Like, Jeremy has like a different butt. You know, like the whole
What do you mean Jeremy has a different butt? What the fuck is wrong with you?
But I mean, like,
what kind of butt does Jeremy have?
Well, your butt's like, it's just like, whatever. I'm just saying.
Excuse me?
It's just a different
My butt is like what? And why do you know the shape of Jeremy's butt?
It's just shaped a little differently. And then on top of that, hold on, I'm about to compliment you. You're way more fashion forward than Jeremy.
Thank you.
So like they felt kind of like they weren't exactly up to your
Standards.
Yes, exactly.
That's what.
So wait, hold on. So then you started wearing them around the house, and I said, Moshe, and I asked you a few times, I was like, could you please take those off? And you were like, who am I going to see? And I'm like, and then I thought about it, I was like, me.
Mhm.
I'm with you all day long. I don't want to look at you in ugly clothes.
I do think
Can I finish? What can I finish? What I was
sorry.
to say? So my point is, to stick up for myself, it was more like if someone is wearing something that's kind of driving you crazy, that kind of thing.
Yes,
But I also would not want to see Moshe in leggings.
To our gender queer, gender fluid, non-binary friends out there, specifically the one that's writing, I do think in Natasha's defense, this was not about gender essentialism and saying those don't look masculine enough. It was more of a general contempt for the fashion choice. It was a more of a general judgment. It was more of a pure prickery from Natasha than a pure bigotry. You were being a judgmental asshole, not a hateful asshole. I think. Okay, so but I agree with what our friend here is saying. Don't
forget his joke. He says, if you want to rock leggings, rock
their
them.
joke, Natasha. Their joke.
Their joke. He said.
We're all learning. We're on a journey.
If you want to rock leggings, rock them. If you want to wear an eye patch, go for it. Just make sure you're extra careful crossing the street.
Okay, now I don't want you to take this as a bigotry, but that was not funny. Okay, I love you. I love all the choices you've made. I honor your identity, but I can't have that. I just can't.
Also, I like this part too. Also, in regards to your child calling themselves a girl boy, because she's been saying it more and more. They say it might be nothing, or it might be your kid already understanding the construct that everyone around them enforces. And that's true. Like, I put something on for her the other day. It was just like, Princess's surprise slumber party. And she wanted to go put on her princess costume, but then she also watches, like, stuff about boys. So he says...
they say...
So they say, so maybe if you don't shame or tell your kid they can't do something because of how it will identify them, maybe ask if you can be there to support your kid in what they want to do, even if you think it's shitty.
Now, hold on a second.
I was already going to do that.
Yeah, but also, nobody shamed our kid for saying they're a girl boy. I don't know what...
No, he's not. They're not saying that, but it's just about, what could it be? So they say, I was never allowed to grow my hair long because I was a boy, in quotes, and couldn't grow my facial hair out because I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. That sounds intense.
I just feel that if we can do things like tell our kids their drawing is beautiful when we don't think it is, but still understand why they do because they're expressing themselves, I think we should try to instill that energy into people's lives about all aspects of a person's identity and not enforce a version of somebody that they should be before they know themselves. Now, let me just respond there and say, I don't know how to respond to that. Because in our family, when our kid comes in with some shit-ass drawing, we don't say, wow, that's beautiful. We say, wow, that's not a good drawing. You should be better at drawing or not draw anymore. And so it's hard for us to synthesize this information into our understanding of the gender paradigm.
So this is the last paragraph. Sorry for the long-windedness and weirdness, but I am high and pretty passionate about tearing down the gender binary. Thank you again for the pod. You two are big role models and style icons to me, and I only recommend you to get more and more weird and find different places outside your comfort zone. Thank you. They're giving us advice. Moshe, wear a dress. It's freeing. Please don't do it, Moshe. But
wait, hold on. Even in the midst of this gender essentialist intervention.
Okay, fine. He can wear a dress, Moshe.
I don't want to wear a dress. Personally, that I wouldn't feel comfortable in a dress, but I think it's beautiful that other people do.
Well, they say it's freeing.
Well, I'm sure it's freeing, but it wouldn't feel, it's not for me. But I love that other people are free enough to do so and to break out of that binary. I'm still stuck in my box.
Natasha, wear a full wool suit. I don't know. I don't really like masculine fashion too much.
Now, hold on a second. Natasha, you in a full winter suit would be really cute.
I would totally wear a suit.
Like a three-piece, like sort of Annie Hall style. But we can't watch Annie Hall anymore because of Woody Allen. What are we going to do?
I don't really like masculine fashion. Oh, okay, love you guys. Have a nice COVID. Oh, thanks.
You have a nice COVID as well. This was a sweet, generally a sweet email from a fan. And I just do want to once again reiterate that Natasha, I don't think of you as a person that really gives a fuck about femininity or masculinity or the essential nature therein. And I don't think we really give that to our kid either. I don't think, although I do feel what our friend is saying, which is the gender is messaging feels so crazy and overwhelming. Like it just feels like it's so programmed.
Right, I know.
And you can't really escape it on a certain level. Like it just starts to seep in the second someone is born. And I don't really know the way around that, but I think that if you have found a way out of your own feelings of feeling trapped by it, I think that's great. Not everybody feels trapped by it. I'll be honest, I don't feel in any way trapped by gender norms personally.
I do because
you do.
Well, in terms of having a baby, I feel like I trap her and I don't even realize it, you know?
That I do. I
really appreciate the feedback because I want to figure out how to not do that, you know? I mean, I think that my kid loves princess stuff, but also I showed it to her. And then, but she also loves trucks and she wants to hang from trees and climb trees and all her friends are boys, but she also wants to wear a wig and like have the
part that feels weird and programming to me is like, why is the playing with trees
right and masculine?
Yeah, what is masculine exactly about that? Like,
right, I love nature. I'm a man.
Right, it's all very bizarre, you know, and it's impossible to suss out like what thing is coming to a person naturally and what thing is being broadcast to them. But you know,
the problem is men are stronger, so they're going to grow up to be more aggressive because they can handle it. And women, you know, they have babies and they are weaker and they're going to, you know, be bitches to each other instead. Like I'm just saying,
this is your screed on not paying forward.
No, I'm just
gendered.
I'm saying that there are differences. They're going to experience differences as they get older. I don't know. Maybe what is the difference between men and women?
What is the difference between men and women?
Yeah, let me ask you this, Moshe. If we don't want to ingrain any of that in our kid and have them be more fluid, what are the differences we need to teach them?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how I particularly feel about ingraining fluidity, because that feels just as messaging or indoctrinating as ingraining rigidity. I don't think I think I understand that when it comes to like gender fluidity, that I am not as aware as I am about other causes, if that makes sense. Like my understanding of causes is not the right word, but like in terms of identity, like I feel really I understand being gay and I understand being trans, and when it comes to gender non-binary stuff and gender fluid stuff and gender fuckery and all that stuff, I support it. But do I feel like I have a deep understanding of it or what it means? Or I don't. I could use more education about it. But I'm not.
But you're raising a kid, so it's like, what do we teach them?
Well, exactly. I don't think it's my job to teach my kid to be fluid and it's also not my job to teach a kid to be rigid and connected to their birth gender. My job is to just teach my kid how to live in the world, be happy, be themselves, and try as best I can not to program them with negative ideas of what it means to be a woman or a man or whatever. It's to try to just give them the tabla rasa.
And and our kid is always saying just the basics. She's like, oh, boys stand up to pee. Girls sit down to pee. Mom, you're a girl, so you have boo-boos.
Is the idea that every time a little 3-year-old says something like that, you're supposed to say like, not all girls stand up to pee. Not all. It feels
right.
like. And I'm open if there are non-binary people out there that want to give us feedback about this. I am curious. Like, what is the idea? Because I'm not.
Because this is it. Like the kids that Moshe and I have this age, this is the generation that's gonna like make or break things. So like, I really think it's important that we are teaching them in the right way. And so like, what is it? What is the best way to create these like powerful beings that are going to save us from climate change?
But it's also interesting too, because
they have to be warriors too.
I was reading this book about Harriet Tubman the other day that we got, and I was like, damn, how much do I broach here? Like, she's 3 years old.
Yeah.
Like, it's talking about her breaking free of the domination of her master and her owner. And I'm like, shit. Like, how much do I have to unpack to a 3-year-old? And then at what point do you start to unpack this stuff? Like, there's a lot of bigotry in the world. And like, is 3, I don't really necessarily think that 3 is the time to begin broaching the heavy subjects of oppression and domination and bigotry in the world. But then again, I don't know when it is. So anyway, all that said, I think my job as a parent is to just like love a person and teach them that whatever choice they make or whatever identity they have is, I'm going to love them anyway, which I don't think will be very challenging because she's pretty easy to love.
I certainly don't love her because of her gender.
No.
I try to just...
I certainly don't love her because of her paintings. Because they are not good.
One thing our kid does that I really love is she gets very sad. I don't love that she's sad, but like music seems to really affect her. Like if I ever play like anything too sad, she's like, turn this off. Why is this so sad?
Put on the Baja Men Who Let the Dogs Out. Crank that up.
She does seem to just want to party.
She does seem to want to party. Maybe that's the future of gender. It's just a bunch of people that want to party. I do think, by the way, that we could get to a point in society, and I think we're kind of headed in this way, that the whole idea of gender is not politicized. It becomes meaningless. Like, I think that in the future,
it feels pretty meaningless to our kid. I feel like she's just like, right. Oh, I'm a girl, so right now, I mean, she doesn't say right now, but you know, for her, she needs to sit down to pee, and she just, I don't really know how else she thinks she's different. She knows she has a vagina and her friends who are boys have penises.
Right.
But that's about all the differences, right? Because
But then I guess the gender fluid idea would be your genitalia is not your gender. That is a thing. Your genitalia is not your gender. It's your genitalia. It's separate. They are separate. Long story short, I don't know. We all have more learning to do, but we appreciate you writing in, and I am curious to see what gender will look like when I am 90 and our child is an adult with kids. You know, like, what does that look like? Because it feels like we could get to a point where kids just could all care less, that nobody, it's not even a conversation. It just is it's whatever. People are 10 million different degrees of identity. But anyway, I think what we should do now to really educate ourselves about gender politics is listen to a secret.
Okay, let's do it.
Hi, guys. I love the show. So I have a secret. It is that I am a stripper, and I worked with another dancer who is just a straight up sociopath. She would bully all the other dancers. She would say racist things about customers behind their backs. She hit people. She was just like the worst person I've ever met. So one day I just had enough of her bullying us, and I went into the dressing room and I took her perfume from her station and I brought it to the bathroom and I peed in it. And that was my little secret revenge that I got on her, was that from then on until she finished that bottle of perfume, she walked around the club with my piss all over her chest, and face probably. So hope you like my secret. Thank you.
Ratchet.
The bad news?
Yeah.
That chick's lap dance requests went through the roof.
Well,
they couldn't get enough of that pissy chest.
What's really funny about it is that as a stripper, you're probably putting on tons of perfume.
Totally. So she's just slathering herself in piss. You know who would have liked that perfume is our dog Pablo.
That is so good. And
that is a good
Here's
revenge.
The thing. I would do it. I would piss into a perfume thing, but I don't think I would have thought of that. I would physically do the act if someone like told me it, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't.
I love that.
I wish I could think of stuff like that. That's pretty conniving.
You want to know how you think of it, Natasha?
Huh.
You work with a sociopath for months and months and months, and your brain becomes obsessed with how can I make this person suffer the way she's making me suffer. And then one day, in the powder room, and you're in fishnet and stilettos, you think to yourself, wait a minute, I've got it. Piss by Calvin Klein.
Also, I bet like at strip clubs, if a girl's like hot and making lots of money, it's probably very hard to fire her.
Right. I bet that's true.
Because she's drawing in so many customers.
Yeah. I bet she is hot, huh? Mm. Well, she doesn't smell so hot. So.
Wait, piss and perfume too? Because then it's like, I bet some people like it. They're like, what's that familiar smell?
That's what I'm saying. Oh, it smells like home.
Ugh.
Well, let's hear another secret.
Hi, this is a really dumb secret, but I have never told anyone that I have always been slightly attracted to George W. Bush. When I was a senior in high school, the election was happening, and, my family were all voting for Gore, and I knew in my heart why a Bush presidency wasn't good, but I secretly wanted him to win because I thought he was cute. And recently I found a picture of him with his father, George Sr., a long time ago at like a tennis match or something, and he looked so cute. He was like 20, and I saved it to my phone, and then I deleted it because I was afraid my husband would see it. So anyway, politics aside, I just have always found him very attractive, and it's really weird, and I don't know why. So that's my secret.
I bet she's married to a dork because that guy had like dork energy.
George W. Bush?
He was just kind of goofy. Like, think of how like suave Obama, Clinton,
No, Bush was handsome. He was better looking than Clinton,
like
for
a
sure.
Dope. No, but Clinton had it more.
He did have it. He had that sort of sex energy.
Yeah.
For sure.
George W. Bush.
Sex predator energy as well. But yes, George Bush was a good looking guy. By the way, speaking of which, I realized the other day, Jill Biden, she's kind of got it going on a little bit. Dr. Jill, she's kind of hot. And that means to me, we're going on 3, maybe 4 hot first ladies in a row. It's good. It's just a big moment for our country. Jill Biden, we got Melania. I mean, she was a straight pinup. You got Michelle Obama. She's beautiful,
Wait, what is Melania just gone now? She just kind of like how did she survive?
She's in
so
Slovakia
unscathed?
right now. She's on a corncob boat right now.
Honestly, that was kind of impressive that she was just like never in the public eye, really.
But every time she would say something really funny and very stupid.
What was the name? What did she have spray paint or like the?
I just don't care. As she went to visit a refugee camp, like
why would?
An immigrant prison.
That can't be real.
It's crazy. Everything about that presidency.
Like if that was pitched to you for a TV show about an evil, woman, you'd be like, no, that's
too much.
No one would believe that.
I know. Remember when she said that, like her assistant came out with this like transcript of what she said about that she had to do the Christmas decorations for the White House. She's just like, who gives a fuck about the Christmas decorations? I don't know why I'm making her sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
She said fuck?
Yeah, she's just like, I don't give a fuck. It's just like, and I kind of related to her too. It's just like, but then again.
But what she did that was, sorry.
Please.
What she did with it was so smart. She didn't speak very much, so it was hard to do an impression of her.
That's true.
So like because I wanted to do an impression of her.
Mine was pretty spot on.
Yours sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Did not sound like her at all.
Get to the chopper. That's what she said to Trump when they were leaving right before the inauguration. She said, get to the chopper. You don't like it? Okay. No, I hear you. I want a first man in the office. I think what's her name's husband is actually kind of a hottie too.
Who?
Kamala's.
Oh yeah.
He's a Jew too, which I kind of like. I like the first Jew, but he's kind of handsome too. He's kind of got it going on in his damn self.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we got a straight up female vice president. That's pretty cool. No?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's dope. And she's got herself a little Jew at home.
No, it's so great, and it's so great that Trump is not in office. We should try to be lucky for that.
We disagree. Let's play another secret.
Hi, I have a secret. So, this was a couple years ago. I had just moved to a new town, and I was kind of like getting my bearings. It was the summertime, and I was going to work in the school system in the fall, and I was running an errand and I was coming back to my car and somebody was parked next to me and they had this car that I used to have and I loved this car. And I saw them and I was like, hey, I love this car. And he had these like cool wolf stickers. And so, I was like, hey, nice car. And he was like, oh, like, you know, how do you know about this car? And he asked me if I wanted to test drive it because like we got into a conversation about the car. So I ended up test driving the car and we were just like chatting about the car. I guess I should say that like I'm kind of an ugly duckling. Like I'm hot now, but I always forget because I was like really awkward looking and weird in high school. So sometimes I don't realize that someone is like kind of hitting on me. And I was just like interested in this car. And so we're like driving around a little bit and then we like pull over and he's like, oh, I'm going to like have a smoke. And I was like, oh, me too. Back when I still smoked. And so we had a cigarette and then my landlord like pulls up and he was like, hey, like, how's it going? And I'm like, oh, hey. And then he also seems to know this guy because it turns out that he graduated high school last year and he was a student of my landlord. Actually, he didn't graduate. He had to repeat his final year. So he was he was 18, but he was going to be a senior at the high school that I was going to be working at. And I was just like so embarrassed that like it looked like I, at like 30 years old, was on a date with this like 18-year-old person at the school where I was going to work, and we were like smoking a cigarette. It was so weird. I'm still embarrassed to this day. I like avoid him whenever I see him. He still has the same car, so if I see it in a parking lot, I'll like totally go somewhere else because it's like a small town. And anyway, that's my secret. Okay, bye.
This is like one of those stories that like this is how high school teachers end up fucking their students, right? I always wonder how it goes down, and it's like it's got to be a wolf sticker on a car and a shared smoke, right?
I was interested in the ugly duckling thing. That was interesting. That
Right.
that you don't feel how you look.
Right, that's interesting. I'm also, but just to get back to teachers fucking their students, why are they always hot?
The women?
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Well, first of all, you think every woman's hot.
I do not.
And
The last caller, when she was young, she was a straight up booger wolf. No, I don't know.
I think that they are kind of hot.
It's
yeah.
weird. It's a weird through line.
Well, it's not going to be like the school marmy types of teachers, right? It's going to be like the younger.
I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, where were they when I was in? No, I'm kidding. It's not. It's a terrible scourge.
Remote learning must be hard for them, right?
Well, they
now.
do a breakout Zoom. They do a private, like an extra Zoom. You click the link. Okay, let's play another secret.
Hey, Moshe and Natasha. Love you guys and love the podcast. So my secret is that my now fiance was helping me move out of my apartment, and my parents came by to help us as well. We were packing up the dresser where I kept all of my sex toys. So we put tape over the drawer to hold it shut, and then we put the dresser in the back of my dad's truck, and then we headed out. So I was falling behind them, and I noticed the tape was coming loose on the drawer, and I panicked, so I signaled for them to pull over. They took too long of a turn into the nearest stop, which was just like a car rental place. But anyway, the entire drawer fell out mid-turn onto the service road and on the turn-in of the car rental place. So all the butt plugs and lube and vibrators like fell out onto the road. So my fiance and I like ran over really quickly and started shoving all of the sex toys into our jackets. We even had this like stuffed unicorn where you like shove the butt plug up and it was like a butt plug holder. So anyway, we're shoving all this stuff in our pockets, and luckily my parents didn't see this because they didn't notice the drawer falling out, and they just parked behind the car rental place. So we had time to do this. One of the car rental guys actually comes out and tries to help us, but realizes what we're picking up and just kind of like awkwardly walks away. So yeah, up until this day, my parents don't know what we were picking up. They don't know what was in the drawer, and I think they assumed that the drawer just fell out and it was empty. But yeah, that's my secret.
I have a question about one phrase in that call.
Butt plug holder?
No, I understand what that is. But it's related. It's all of the butt plugs. I was caught there. How many butt plugs do you need? I mean, do you need many? Do you need 4? Like, is not one enough? Is it various sizes?
Probably. Lengths?
I guess like you work your way up. It goes like small, medium, large, unicorn.
Oh, I see. If you're using a butt plug, you're having sex for like a while, right?
Is that right?
I don't know. I'm wondering because it seems like if you've got to like
plug it,
open up the toys, isn't that all about like foreplay maybe?
Yeah, I guess so. But some people walk around with a butt plug all day as a kind of bizarre, like sexy game, you know. And then I've had it in me all day long, thinking of you or something.
Oh, that's kind of hot.
Well, if you want to get 4 or 7 of them, we could try them out.
We could get one.
You know, they say give a man a butt plug, the man will come for a day. Teach a man to make various sizes of butt plugs, and he will humiliate himself in front of an Enterprise rent-a-car. Natasha, what do you think? Do you want to do another secret, or do you want to say goodnight?
You know, I feel as a cishet
normative.
Cishet normative.
Cishet.
Maybe
it's time for us to stop talking and start listening.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. So yeah, I'm gonna call it.
Let's call it.
Okay. Good night.
Cishet.
I love you.
I love you too, Cishet.
Cishet.
Yeah, Cishet. Let's have another kid and name them Cishet.
Cishet?
Cishet. That way they'll be guaranteed to be gender fluid. If you name your kid Cishet, they're going to be gender fluid. Just to be like, fuck you, mom. I can't.
I love it.
And I love you.
I love you too.